So we're going to start on our back and just have a strap handy. And as I was walking this morning, I was thinking of doing an upside down practice, not meaning that we're going to stand on our head, but starting with our Shavasana and ending standing. So let's see how this works. I don't know why I was thinking why this came up to me, but I just felt like starting for one time, lying down. So for a moment, keep your knees bent. If you need too much effort to keep your knees up, then separate your feet a little bit more and then let your knees drop together if that's comfortable. And then make sure that your whole body rests on the floor so that you can just let your spine go, let your back go. You can bring your arms as if you were in Shavasana. And then relax your forehead, relax your jaw. Taking a breath in and observe if you again, by just focusing on taking a breath in, maybe your forehead is back, not so relaxed anymore. So let's try to find that balance between a deep breath, but a deep calming breath. As you exhale a release, just letting go without forcing it out. So opening your mouth as you exhale and inhaling through the nose. Then as you exhale, feel how your back starts to touch the floor maybe a little bit more. There's no more weight suddenly, but it's just that sensation of letting go, feeling supported. Inhaling and exhaling. And then let's slowly bring our arms in a T, so hands at the height of the shoulders. Let's separate the feet as wide as your mat if they weren't there yet, and then take a breath in, and as you exhale, just let your knees drop to the left. And let's stay there. So maybe that feels like a stretch on the right side. See if you can let that go. So not holding. If there is any pain or you're afraid to hurt yourself, prop yourself up a little bit with pillows or a block underneath your left knee or wherever you need it. But ideally something soft so that you can just let go. And continue with that deep and long calming breath. So 2 more breaths here. And then with your next inhale, coming back to center. Keeping the arms where they are, keeping the feet where they are. Take 2 breaths here. And again, feel your body touching the floor. Then with your next exhale, let's go to the right. So just letting your knees drop to the right. If you feel that there's some resistance somewhere, just move very slowly and take a few breaths before your knees are completely down. Doesn't mean touching, just down. So if you have to hold here because your right knee doesn't touch, please put something underneath. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly inhaling and coming back up. And then now we're going to move from side to side. So exhaling to the left Inhaling to the center and then exhaling to the right. So move at your own pace. If you need to stay a little bit longer on one side, please do so. Sometimes one side is a little bit more resistant than the other. So I would suggest that you stay there for 2 long exhales so that we can find that letting go. So let's do this 2 more times each side at your own rhythm. And then coming back to center. And this time bring the feet as wide as your hips. Try to do it without looking. So just let's feel it within. Like how does it feel if I think my feet are as wide as your hips, So it's perfectly fine if they're closer or wider. We're not looking too much at alignment here. And then lengthen your arms alongside your body. Place your palms down. And then again, inhale, press into your feet. You can press into your arms and very gently lift up. So we're absolutely not going to the end. And then exhale, hover above the floor. Inhale up. So moving with your breath again, exhaling, releasing. Just see if you can stay hovering above the floor. And then every time you inhale, maybe go a little bit higher. Pressing a little bit more into your hands. If you prefer, you can bend your elbows, point your fingers up. If you want to use your elbows more, press. It's really your choice, explore. So let's do this 2 more times. Inhaling up, exhaling. And then the next time you inhale, let's stay here. And maybe roll a little bit with your shoulders. So just rolling from side to side as if you were giving your shoulders a little massage, moving the rest of the body. So your abdominals will have to work a little bit here to keep your hips up. And then coming back to the center. And then press into your feet, press into your elbows or your hands. And then come a little bit higher. And then inhale, come a little bit higher. And then slowly as you exhale, coming all the way down. Keeping the left foot on the floor, we're going to bring the right knee in. And then open the right knee towards the right and place your left ankle just above your knee. So we're warming up, so you might feel a little bit more of sensation in your right hip because it's the first movement maybe that you do this morning like this. And then very gently with your right hand, press onto your right thigh. So continuing to bring that right knee a little bit further, opening the hip a little bit more. Your right foot is flexed with your leg. So don't let it just hang there, you're gonna hurt your knee. So just leave it here. And then release your right hand. Start to lift your left leg up. So just bringing the left thigh a little bit closer to your chest. See if you can keep the right knee far away from your chest. So if you have the habit of connecting your hands behind your left thigh, you can do so. Just watch out that you don't start to lift too much into the sacrum. So keeping the sacrum down. We'll get there a little bit later, but we just want to just move a little bit. So hold it in and then release. Hold it in and then release. And maybe you feel your lower back moving gently from into the floor. That's okay as long as you don't pull your sacrum all the way up. And then the next time we're going to lift the sacrum. So come a little bit higher with your bum. Maybe you want to lift your head a little bit. Inhaling. Your left foot can be flexed or relaxed. I have a tendency to flex it, but relax is fine. And then release. Bring the left foot down. And bring the right foot down. Take one breath in the center. And then bring the left knee in as you exhale. And again, open up the left hip, left knee. And then place your left ankle or just above your ankle on your right thigh. And with your left hand, gently press into your left thigh. So flex your left foot. Watch out that you don't start to collapse in your left upper body. So sometimes we're just going to go banana here. So we want to keep the spine long and straight without too much effort. You can really push onto that left thigh to open up, maybe very different sensations one side to the other. And see if you can keep your knee where it is. Lift the right leg, and then start to bring your hands behind your thigh. And then inhaling and exhaling. So again, with your breath, maybe feel as you're pulsing your lower back touching and releasing from the floor. Without lifting your tailbone too high. And then with your next inhale, let's lift the sacrum, lift the head, lift the shoulders. And then exhale, release. Bring the left foot onto the floor. Open up your arms for a moment. And then bring your right leg over your left, as if you were going to sit in a chair cross-legged. And now bring the legs over to the left. So your right leg is over your left, and we're going to the left. Keeping that right shoulder into the floor. So yes, we are doing a bit similarly to the beginning, but with our arms open like this, you should feel a nice opening in the chest. So keeping the shoulders down, dropping the legs to the left. Taking a deep breath, maybe releasing a little bit more. And just for a moment, observe where you're holding. And it's totally natural that you hold where there is injury, but sometimes we have an injury and we are so in the habit of being fearful of hurting ourselves again. The injury has passed a long time ago, but we're still holding. So see if you can gradually release with your breath. And then slowly coming back to center, both feet on the ground, knees bent. Center your body again. So if you need to make a little adjustment, that's totally fine. Lift your left leg, cross it over, so really as if you're sitting cross-legged into a chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, release to the right. So release your knees, let the gravity play. Really press your left shoulder down. So maybe that means that you can't go that deep with your knees, and that's fine. So we really want to find that opening in the chest. The rotation happens very centrally into the spine. Maybe you don't feel that, that's okay, don't worry about it. Inhaling, exhaling. And slowly coming back to center. And unwrapping the legs and both feet on the floor. This time we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Place one hand on each knee and bring the knees together. And then lengthen out your arms. So your knees are going to be a little bit further, and then start to make circles. So bring the knees out and then pull the knees towards your chest and back together in front of your chest. And then again, far away from your chest. So only go as far as your arms are going to bring you for now. So that we have kind of a control on the rotation, on the warming up into the hip joint. And then as you come back to your chest, let's change direction. And then coming back to center. Keeping the knees bent, keeping the hands onto your thighs, start to lengthen out your legs. And we really want to find that length. So don't lock your knees necessarily, but don't keep them bent. So we want to start to feel some sensation in the back of our legs. So if you need to be here because if your legs are too up to the sky, the sensations are just too much, then you lower them again. And as you start to work with your breath, maybe slowly you can bring them higher and higher. Take another deep breath in. Press your heels away. Bring the toes towards your nose. So the bend is not so much in the ankle for the toes. You can just stretch out your toes and bring them. Like as if you were standing, you would lift your toes. That's the sensation you should have. So the arches are actually working here as well, as if we were standing. Take a breath in. And an exhale, release, bend your knees. So now press into your feet gently. Place your hands underneath your bum, your palms down. And then lengthen out your legs. So the reason we do our hands underneath our bum is to protect our lower back. So we're gonna stretch out your legs again as if you were standing in mountain pose. So pressing the heels and the cushions of your toes far away. And then inhale, lift your right leg up. And do that at the rhythm of your breath. So it's not you don't breathe like this. It's really a slow inhale, leg up, and a slow exhale, leg down. And then the other leg. So inhale, foot is flexed. Exhale, point your foot and bring the left leg down. Inhale, right leg up, exhale. And just for a moment, observe from where you're working. Are you purely working with your hips? Are you working with your abs? Maybe this is a big effort for you and you're working also with your chest. So see if you can release at least the chest and the shoulders. Your head, your forehead is relaxed. And feel the breath maybe getting longer and deeper. So one more time each side. And then we're gonna go and lift both legs if this is accessible for you. So stay with this rhythm of the breath. So not up. And exhale, slowly coming down and again hovering. Watch out that your belly button doesn't jump up to the sky, which is very often a compensation of weaker abdominals. So start to really work with the abdominals, pointing and flexing the feet. Let's do this 3 more times. By all means, if this is too much, you go one leg at a time. And exhale, last time, coming all the way down. Bending the knees for a moment, lifting your bum and taking your hands away. This time, bring the knees into the chest and just gently roll from side to side, relaxing a little bit your abdominals, your lower back. And now separate your knees, separate your feet. Bring the arms in between your legs. So you can lift your head up, grab the outside of your feet, or you're grabbing your ankles, or if all this is way too far from you, you just bring your arms behind your thighs, and that's gonna work too. So again, watch out with the lower back. So in the beginning, when the muscles are not stretchy or not warmed up, the lower back, the sacrum, watching the sacrum. The sacrum is gonna lift really high, so you're gonna crunch into your belly. So see if you can, I would say, add some length to your arms. This might be difficult. The only way is then to grab your ankles, to press the tailbone a little bit deeper into the floor. And then from here, your feet and your thighs are parallel with the floor. And then as you inhale, exhale, pull your feet down. So feel maybe kind of a compression into the hips, into the hip joint. So it shouldn't hurt at all. If it hurts, then you're going to release definitively and take this lower so that you can control the movement very gently with your breath. And then from here, let's see if we can lengthen the right leg and bend the left knee a little bit more. So lengthening, keeping the toes and the knee in line, and then changing. So as if you were doing some movements here of pedaling. This is what we're going to do. And then coming back to center, releasing, bring the knees back into the chest. And then with your next inhale, we're gonna lengthen out the arms overhead. Press your heels away from you. And then bring the feet down and stretch yourself out. You can interlace your hands, you can grab your hands, you can press your feet away. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. And now move your legs towards the left. So your hips remain heavy in the center. Move your legs towards the left. And then move your upper body towards the left. So we're creating a banana. You can bring your left arm down. So remember when we're standing and we do this opening on the side of our body, this is what we're doing. Your right arm can come up and over, like over your head. Maybe it can stay on the floor, maybe your shoulder doesn't allow that. Press your shoulder down into the floor, it's gonna help. And press your hips to the right. So feel that opening, very different because we are on the floor, so we don't have the freedom of standing. But we have the anchor of our hips. And then coming back to center. So again, stretch yourself out. And then let's do it as if we were standing. So move your legs first towards the right. And then bring your right arm down. And move your left arm over. Press your left shoulder into the floor. For me, this also gives a stretch in my belly. So not only in my waist, a little bit less into my ribs because my shoulders are on the floor. So my shoulder blades are resting on the floor. So I don't have that movement that going all the way to the right. But again, everybody's different. So you might feel this very, very different. And then coming back to center. And release. And just for a moment, drop your feet out, bring your arms in, Shavasana. And no, we're not at the end. Remember, I said in the beginning today it's going to be a reverse practice. We started in Shavasana. We take a little pause before we move on. And then slowly bring the legs back together. And let's bend our right knee and roll over onto our left side. So we're gonna support our head with our hands or a pillow. You can bend your right knee and place it in front of your left leg or in the back, whatever feels more comfortable for you. We're not gonna stay here very long. So just find that comfort with on the side. So you want to be straight on your left side. Place your right hand in front of your chest, so it's going to be a support for you. And then bring the right knee towards your chest. So you're lifting your foot, obviously, and then lift it up. Lift the right knee up, and then press your foot away, and then turn your toes towards the front. So bend your knee, the toes are pointing forward, bring it to open up the hip, and then press it away. So your toes, as you press it away, your toes are pointing out. And then turn again. And then bring it down. So both legs are on one line now. And then lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. And this time grab your right ankle and bring your heel towards your bum. You want to keep your knees in line here. So your knee is not up in the sky or way to the front, we want to really start to open the right groin area and then the right shoulder. So flex your left foot. It's going to give you a little bit more stability, maybe, hopefully. And really press that right thigh back, opening the groin, opening the quadriceps, creating a little bit of space. And then release. And then let's come onto our belly. Open your arms in a T. So lift your head up a little bit. And then let's roll onto our right side and bring the left leg over. Come onto your onto your right ear. And you can just walk your left leg back. So again, that opening and opening in the right shoulder at the same time. You can place your left hand in front of your chest if you prefer, to really be able to walk a little bit further. So for everybody, this will have very different sensations. And then release. And I'm just gonna turn around so you can see me. And then from there, you're gonna move onto your right side. So again, making that pillow with your hand. So you can be high onto your hand, or you can be low. It doesn't, whatever is more stable for you. Left hand in front of your chest, right leg is long, and then just for a moment, bend your left knee just to find that stability in the body on this side. And then lift your foot, bring your left knee into your chest. And then open up your knee towards the sky and press your foot away. Turn the toes towards the front, bend your knee, bring it back. So we're gonna do this 2 more times. Inhale, up. Press it away. So we have to move very slowly. And if we move with the breath here, it's probably gonna be a little bit easier. But as we start practicing in the beginning, our body first has to recognize the poses, get used to them. And then the breath can start to work with it. Suddenly the breath is gonna follow automatically. And then opening and closing. So this time, bending the left knee, grabbing the left foot with your left hand, and press your hips forward. Bring the knees together and feel the opening in your quadriceps, in your groin area. So opening the shoulder at the same time. And then slowly release and coming onto your belly. So again, opening your arms into a T, and then start to roll onto your left side and coming onto your left ear, left shoulder. See if you can find that opening into your shoulder, into your right hip. Continue breathing. And then slowly coming back to center. And as we're lying on our belly, we're gonna press slightly into our hands and bring our shoulders, our elbows underneath our shoulders. The forearms are facing forward, rolling the shoulders back, making the hips very heavy. So you're probably supported on the pubic bone. So just make them very heavy. If you feel that your lower back is crunching a little bit too much, just for a moment, create a bit of space with bringing your tailbone towards your heels. But we're gonna work on creating some space. So pressing the hands down into the mat, the fingers are wide. And then inhale, reach your heart forward, roll the shoulders back. So we want to create space into the lower spine here. Sphinx pose. So you don't have to look all the way up. You don't have to crunch into your neck. And see if with your breath, every time you can inhale, and we're really pulling onto our arms here. There's some work done into the shoulders, into the arms. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then release. Placing the hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes, and gently press yourself up into a tabletop position. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and make sure you have space. Your spine is neutral, so explore a little bit. If you come a little bit more forward, do I have more space into my spine? Or do I have to work more into my arms? So when your bones are not stacked, meaning from wrist to shoulder, your muscles will have to get active to keep you up and standing. They're always active, but even more active. So take a breath in. Lengthen your neck as you exhale. So again, neutral spine, but your neck is part of your spine, the cervical spine. So make sure that you pay some attention to your cervical spine. Sometimes we really neglect our neck, and especially if we're sitting and working, we don't realize how much our neck is sometimes crooked. So take a breath in and then exhale, look towards the left. So nothing is moving except into your neck. And then release back to the center and then look towards the right. And to the center. And now make that movement very gently from side to side. By all means, if you need to stay a little bit longer onto one side, do so. So one more time each side. And then let's come back to center. And now it's really important that you keep your spine neutral. So let's inhale, and as you exhale, bring the chin to your chest. So go as far as you can. So it's not about rounding the spine. The spine, except your cervical spine, is going to stay neutral. So you're going to bring your chin to the chest. Readjust, like I just observed myself that I was pressing into my hands and rounding my upper back. So I want to keep my spine neutral. And then inhale, very, very slowly, starting to look up. So you want to create that length as in the cervical spine as you're inhaling. And then bringing it high. And then exhale, chin to chest. So inhale. And then release, neutral spine. Now inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Just that. So the thoracic spine stays neutral. So between your cervical and the lower back. Exhale, tailbone goes down, belly button up. Really press the belly button up. And then one more time. Inhaling, the tailbone up, push the belly button down. And exhale. And now let's go for the full cat and cow. So inhale, tailbone up, belly button down. Reach your chest forward. Roll your shoulders back, lengthen your neck, and look forward. Exhale, round. So tailbone down, belly button. The thoracic spine starts to round. So your center of your back starts to round, and then the neck follows, and then the chin comes to the chest. And then do this 4 more times at the rhythm of your breath. Imagine your spine being a wave rolling on and off the beach. And then coming back to the neutral spine. Let's just walk our hands back a little for a moment and shake them out. So from here, stay onto your knees. You can tuck or untuck your toes. It doesn't whatever is better for your stability. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Take a deep breath in. Bring the tailbone a little bit lower so you create space into your lower back. Reach your arms up, bring the shoulder blades down. One more breath in, and then exhale, open up towards the right. So see if you can keep your hips pointing forward. So the rotation happens now, maybe in the chest area. Inhale up. Exhale. Open your elbows. So if you feel that your shoulders, open your shoulders, if you feel that your shoulders fall forward, play with your hands and your wrists and see if you can open up a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale last time. Exhale. And then inhale back up. And exhale, release. Placing the hands onto your bum, fingers pointing down, rolling the shoulders back. Tailbone goes down, chest opens, inhale. From your neck, we're starting to bend backwards. So the lower back is the last one to go backwards. Take a breath in and come back up, very gently. Inhale. Long spine, exhale, release back. And then inhale, back up. And then exhale, come back onto hands and knees. Your hands a little bit more at the front of the mat, your knees a little bit more towards the back. Let's inhale, come into a plank onto our knees. And exhale, press into your hands, bring your head between your arms and lengthen out your spine. Inhale back to the front. Exhale. And then from here, tuck your toes. Inhale. Let's lift our knees up. Exhale. Keeping the knees off the floor, so we're slowly going into our downward dog. Press into your hands. As you bring your head in between your arms and your spine is neutral, your hips will automatically lift. So if you feel that your body, that your stand is too wide or too short, adjust it. If you don't know, come into a plank, and that's normally the length of the distance between hands and feet for your downward dog. Then come slowly back as you bring your head between your arms. Your hips are lifting. And then lift your hips by pressing into your hands this time, lengthening the spine, but keeping it as neutral as possible. Rolling the shoulders out. And then start to walk your dog. So very gently, keeping the spine long, walking at the rhythm of your breaths. Or maybe you want to walk faster, or you want to walk slower, or you want to just stretch out one leg for a couple of breaths. Really listen, what works for me today? And see if you always do things out of habit. Nothing wrong with good habits. But if you want to explore our body, sometimes we have to go to unknown terrain. So see if you discover a habit of where you're going all the time. And then explore something else. So from here, let's bend both our knees, lift our hips up again, and then exhale, bring the heels down. Take a deep breath in, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Walk your feet just a little bit closer, just a tiny bit closer. Then lift your right leg up as high as you can, straight leg, both legs are straight. Bend your right knee and open your hips just for a moment. And then bring it back to center, keep the knee bent, and then bring your right foot between your hands. Bring the left knee down, left wrist underneath the left shoulder, reach your right arm forward, and then inhale up, turn the palm out, And really lengthen into your upper body so you can find that rotation. You can lean back even. Just watch out that your right knee doesn't drop to the right. So pointing towards your right toes. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly coming back. Bring both hands in the center, so next to each other. Walk your right foot down a little bit. And then gently start to bend into your elbows. So your elbows are going back, so your shoulders are going back. So you don't need to go too deep. Inhale, come back up. But keep the weight into your hips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then walk your right foot back to its original position. Place both hands down. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and come back into your downward facing dog. And again, walk your dog a little bit. If for you what you need now is to be a little bit more static, know that none of the poses that we do are static. So inhaling, energy comes from your hands all the way to your hips. And as you exhale, you're releasing down back into the earth from the hips towards the feet. Inhaling, exhaling. Next inhale, lift your left foot up as high as you can with your leg, and then bend your knee and open up just for 1 moment. And then come back to center with the left leg. Keep the knee bent and bring your left foot between your hands. Right knee comes down, right wrist under the right arm. Take a breath in and reach your left arm forward. Continue to inhale and reach up. Turn the palm out. Press into your right arm. Reach up. Opening up. So even you can start to lean back a little bit with your upper body, but watch out you don't compensate with your left knee. And then coming back. Walk your left foot a little bit to the outside. Both hands on the inside of your left foot. Roll the eye of the elbow towards the front so that your elbows are going to go to the back. So and then just inhaling up, but just move with your arms. So every time maybe you go a little bit deeper into the opening in your groin area. But we're just going very slowly here. And then both arms straight, walk your left foot back to the center, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and come back into your downward dog. Inhale, exhale, release. So the legs are long, but see if you can find a length into your legs without blocking everything, so that the energy can continue to flow. Inhale, exhale. Let's inhale, come into our plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, cobra, so more familiar pose. Exhale down. Tuck your toes, press into your hands, and come back into your downward dog. Let's lift the right leg up. And bring the right knee to the right nose, just for a moment, moving the shoulders in front of your wrists. Hold it here for 1 breath, but don't forget to breathe. And then inhale, reach your right leg up again, and bring the right foot down. Inhale, lift the left leg up, so long upper body. Exhale, bend your knee, bring the left knee towards the nose. You can round your spine a little bit here, activating the core. And then inhale, reach your left leg up again, and left foot on the floor. And now very slowly walking our feet towards our hands, keeping the hands on the floor, so you will probably have to bend your knees. Your belly can rest onto your thighs, and as you start to rest your belly there, very slowly releasing your upper body. So let the head feel heavy. Release your hands. If your hands are easily touching the floor, turn your palms up so that you don't have the one push into the floor. So palms up, just rest your hands onto the floor, let your body release. And then grab the opposite elbow, create a bit of space between your belly and your thighs, and move to the left and move to the right. And then coming back to center, placing the hands onto the hips, sitting a little bit deeper, lengthening the upper body, rolling the shoulders back, and press into your legs, and slowly coming up. And once you're up, coming to your mountain pose, close your eyes. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhaling, exhaling. So keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable. Bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to do a little experiment here. So opening eyes is always a quick thing. So let's lift our right heel up. So strong left leg, strong supporting leg. And see how that feels with your eyes closed. Maybe you're swaying, or you're aware that you're swaying. Or if your eyes are open, you're not so aware of it. And then open your right knee and your right hip. And see if you can find your left leg with your right heel. And then start to press into your supporting leg, lengthening the whole body. If you want it there to go a little bit further, and lift your foot and place it on the inner lower leg, or if you want to stay there, if you want, I would suggest to stay here for now. Let's see if we can add the arms. So now we have the stability of our hips. Bring the hands in front of our heart. So observe, are we collapsing into the hips, or are we still strong? What is pressing more? Are we pressing with our right toes, or is our left leg? Woo. I feel myself swaying quite a lot. And then reach your arms up. And then exhale, bring the hands back in front of the heart, on the hips, and bring both feet down. And just for a moment, open your eyes. Take in the surroundings. So when we close our eyes, our body doesn't have any references to the positioning, the spatial awareness within, to find the center of gravity. So that it's really going to have to look and feel inside. So it's quite interesting. So hands onto the hips. Let's lift the left heel. So close your eyes again. Lift the left heel, strong supporting right leg. And then start to open up the left knee, the left hip. And then find your right leg with your left heel. Maybe you need to do a little bit of adjustments. A strong body. Bring the hands in front of the heart. If this is too much, keep them on the hips. And then reaching the arms up, lengthening the body, maybe finding a little bit more strength. Bring more weight onto the right leg. Maybe we're leaning a lot onto the left toes. Just exploring that we're doing here. So, and then very slowly, swaying back to center. Hands onto the hips and bring both feet down. So release your arms alongside your body. Place your feet so that you feel very comfortable. So it's kind of a Tadasana. We are going to do our Shavasana standing up. So obviously we're not going to let the feet flop out. We want to have what we usually get from lying down and all the places where we touch the floor. It's now going to be our feet. So see if you can find that same letting go into the feet. Letting go without collapsing. Taking a breath in. If your eyes are still open, you can keep them half open or closed. Make sure you don't create any tension into your body. But at the same time, tension that sometimes doesn't show up immediately. So if we're like all letting go, maybe at first it is comfortable, we let go our head and everything. Maybe at first it is comfortable, eventually it will create a lot of tension. The other tension is maybe by pressing your shoulders too much back and holding everything. That's immediate tension that we don't need. So it's somewhere in between that we were trying to find. And press into your feet without too much tension. See if you can find that length in your spine, length in the front of your body. So your spine, we're always thinking about the back, but it has this front part as well. So finding length is also finding length in the breastbone coming up. Shoulders will relax, so don't press, no tension. Lengthen the neck. So here we want to lengthen the back of the neck and bring the chin a little bit down. And we're going to stay here for 5 long breaths. Not too much holding here. Release your hands. Forehead, your jaw. And slowly bring your hands in front of your heart. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit more. Observe how you feel your body, your breath, your heart, your mind. You. Thank you for sharing your openness to explore your practice and your energy. I wish you a wonderful